freeze, and your life doesn't flash before you because you're too fucking scared to think. You just freeze and pull a stupid face.
What's going on, guys? Nearlight here with another Final Fantasy 15 stream, but before we begin, I want to go over a news item for the day, which is going to be the new Nostalrius realms for WoW. Now, if you have not heard about the new realms, new servers going up for Nostalrius, it has been an ongoing saga throughout the entire year, and it has kind of culminated in so many different events happening with the Nostalrius staff talking with Blizzard about WoW servers and legacy servers, a huge amount of news articles being generated with a lot of people, and the back and forth between Blizzard and the guys over at Nostalrius, trying to get the okay and the go-ahead to have legacy realms. So if you don't know anything about this, there has been a lot of push from fans of World of Warcraft for Blizzard to open up a legacy realm that is an original vanilla realm, where we're back to square one, right at the beginning, with big 40-man raids, and a lot of really kind of hardcore content, with massive grinds. I remember first starting WoW as a paladin and just spending day after day just grinding levels because it was more efficient to just grind levels hour after hour than it was to actually go and do quests and to follow quests throughout the game and go do dungeons and things. You gotta remember, this is back before dungeon finder tools or anything like that. You didn't have these quality of life additives in the game. You just had a general chat, world global chat, and your guilds and private chats and everything. You didn't have any tools to find other people. You had to just yell out in general, "Hey, I'm looking for tank and a healer for blah blah blah." You could literally spend frickin' ages sitting outside dungeons waiting to try and get a group together, and runs were ungodly long. I remember Wailing Caverns being one of these epic ones where you had to sit down and spend some time, allocate a good hour or two to get through and run through these dungeons, and it was a heck of a lot of fun. I have so much nostalgia for WoW in its vanilla state. I absolutely adored it. I was one of these gung-ho raid players where I leveled as fast as I possibly could, got to the cap, and joined the top raiding guild on our server, and was raiding 6 days a week with 39 other people, doing MC or Molten Core and Blackwing Lear. We even managed to get into AQ and Naxxramas as well. Naxxramas being only there for such a short time. We didn't actually get to clear the entire lot, but we cleared quite a substantial amount of it before it changed, before it went away forever in its glory. Anyway, Nostalrius was set up with private servers to bring back that nostalgic WoW era, and it has been running for quite a while. It got shut down earlier this year. The staff there went into talks with Blizzard to see if they could work out anything between them for setting up legacy servers for people interested in some kind of official capacity through Blizzard. Unfortunately, Blizzard have not really come to the table very much with that. There were a couple of talks. Blizzard gave them some deadlines, which came and went with no definitive answers one way or another. And the team at Nostalrius have now turned around and said, well, you guys aren't really giving us anything to work with, and there's still this huge demand, so we're going to pass it off to Elysium to redo the servers. And Elysium now has quite a lot of the staff that were on Nostalrius working over there on those private servers, and they're now working together with the remainders of Nostalrius to bring over Nostalrius's characters and realms onto their servers and start it up all over again. I'm actually kind of excited for this. This is something that, you know, could be a lot of fun. I don't foresee myself going in and being a hardcore raider or anything like that. But one thing that I really, really miss from current Warcraft, I mean, there's a heap of things that I miss, and I really did enjoy the original content, however hardcore it was. One thing that I really, really loved about the original was weapons and armor that meant something, that actually meant you had achieved something, where I could stand in town with my paladin in full tier 2 back in the day, and I would generate a small crowd of people around me just for having that gear, because they know, everyone back then knew how much effort went in to actually get to that point in the game where you were wearing a full set of T2. Was very, very rare. There were only generally a handful of each class on each server wearing that kind of gear. And it was great. And, you know, I switched to playing a priest, and I just absolutely loved the quest line to get benediction and anathema. And, you know, with Nostalrius kind of coming back, I think that's probably where I'll go, is I'll go with a priest, and go through that, because one thing that I just loved was going through that benediction quest chain and getting that unique epic weapon that only a priest could have, and you had to go through hoops and rings to get there. And again, it really truly meant something to have this item in your inventory and have it in your possession. Aside from, you know, these days with the current content, the legendary weapons and everything that you can kind of get now. XP8, how's it going, man? No haircut yet. No, soon. So that is something that I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm keeping an eye out. It's something that I'll probably get into as well and try out. And we'll do some mad grind sessions. I would love to get a few people into it and do some group content, because it is a lot harder to get group content going in vanilla than it is in current, because you don't have all the tools or anything. You have to communicate with people and actually organize things, which, I mean, that's not a bad thing. That's kind of a good thing, and I like it. So anyway, this Saturday, 17th of December, is when this kind of all kicks off again, and Elysium is putting up a PvP and a PvE realm for vanilla WoW, and Nostalrius players, I wasn't one of them, can go and transfer their characters from the Nostalrius realms to these new PvP and PvE realms, and get started back with the majority of their gear. From what I hear, it should be a one-to-one copy across. However, they can't guarantee that you will have everything in your possession that you had previously. So, you know, take that what you will. At least you get your high-level character over and you can continue going. They have also announced that there will be a fresh realm for new people to come back into. That is the one that I'm most interested in. That's where I will be heading once it actually launches, and I'll go check it out. They've got more announcements on that around the 25th of December to say when they'll be opening that. However, it's not going to be until sometime in January, most likely. Reasons for that are, obviously, they want to focus on getting these other rounds up and running and stable, and also a lot of their staff are going to be going away for Christmas and New Year, so they don't want to load up their skeleton bare bones crew with more than they can handle, and sounds like they're biting off a lot to begin with. So anyway, that is Nostalrius, something kind of interesting that has popped up over time with the interest in legacy servers for WoW. If you were a big fan of Nostalrius back in the day, before it got shut down, this is your chance to jump back in. If you were not, and you are interested in something like a vanilla WoW, then look out, because Elysium is coming on the 25th of December. We will have announcements of a fresh server to dig our claws into. Alrighty, I dropped my controller, so we're just gonna grab that. Let's get into game. Without further ado, it is time to get started, methinks.